Yeah, how can I help you?
Yeah, so what we're struggling right now with
Is it growing online? Because most people struggle growing online. Do you have online presence? No?
Yeah, so I'm just really looking for help scaling my content. Hello?
Yeah, when I was a boy, I was a big bone boy. Are we gonna do this thing? Because I gotta pay off my Tesla. Maybe your goals up here need to be like right here. You know, like little unrealistic, if I might say so. But that's what our clients pay us for. I can't just give it to you for free. I actually, no one. I've never talked to anyone that has that issue before. It's like you're a unicorn of problems right now. And wow.
Wow, it sounds like you guys could really help me out.
Here's how you can suck at sales. I'm Rob, and I have been in sales for over a decade, and I've watched so many videos and tips and taken seminars and read books. I've listened to gurus, went around the world with sales. And honestly, these 6 can truly destroy your sales career. Number 1, talk over them or just ignore them. A lot of people are not really taught communication skills. When you're listening to someone talk, you should be listening for understanding rather than just waiting for your turn to respond. And I've been on sales calls before with other sales professionals from a fast food joint all the way up to high ticket sales is just listening for their turn to talk. Now, if you do this, if you just listen for your turn to talk, you're going to make the other person feel like they're just cattle. They're just another number to you. You're just trying to sell them. And they're not going to feel understood. You're not going to build that relationship. You're not going to build that trust. And you're certainly not going to make that sale. I can't even think of an example of when someone talked over someone or just completely ignored them and actually succeeded. So if you really want to show value to another human being, if you really want them to feel understood, you need to listen to understand. Respond to their problems, mirror back their problems so you demonstrate exactly what they're going through. Hey, I'm really experiencing a problem with generating leads. Yeah, no, it sounds like you're having a problem generating leads. I'm here to help. Something as simple as that. No one ever jumps out and says, you just copied me. But it just demonstrates you're listening and you understand. The second one is act like someone else. And this one really hits home for me because I personally made this mistake over and over and over again until I learned my lesson. See, when I first launched out a coaching business, all I wanted to do was be the next Tony Robbins. I would act like Tony Robbins. I would speak like Tony Robbins. I'd use his examples. When I would give speeches and I'd be in front of people, I would channel my inner Tony Robbins to give that speech. But that's not what makes me valuable to other people. What makes me valuable certainly is my knowledge, my expertise, and how I can help people. But what truly makes me valuable is my perspective, who I am. See, if I just would stick to who I am, tell my story, be my own unique coach, I'd do a lot better. And it took me years and years and years to actually understand that that was the case. So if you feel like you're trying to mimic someone, you're trying to channel someone, you're trying to be the next blank, stop that. It's not going to be helpful for you. Pull back and realize that your unique story, your unique experience is the reason why a lot of people are actually going to work with you. Number 3, encourage them to settle. See, everyone wants to feel like what they're setting out to do they can actually accomplish. But most people completely underestimate what they can actually do. And that prevents them from actually taking action. So when we look at it, if you're on a phone call with someone and they say, well, I can take on 5 new clients a month. Your job is to challenge them. Don't say, oh, five clients, so that sounds good. You want to ask a question like, well, can I ask you, is 5 your absolute limit or can you go much higher than that? When you challenge someone to think bigger, what tends to happen is they start to trust you a little bit more. They want someone that they're going to work with to believe in their goals, but beyond their goals as well. So if you learn to challenge people and encourage them past their limits, not to settle, but past their limits, you're actually going to gain not just maybe a new client, but a true raving fan of you and your business. Number 4, provide absolutely no value or direction. Did you know that everything you know in business can be Googled? The fact is that you don't have secrets, but everyone likes to hold on to their own business like it's some sort of secret. It prevents them from sharing value, giving their best stuff up front. You need to give your best stuff up front. Because here's what happens. If you hold back, they're going to sense you're holding back. If you don't give value, they're not going to see that you're valuable. You have to give value to display your value. The more secrets you share up front, the more they start to trust you. And they actually start to think a little bit, hey, if this guy is giving me advice, giving me tips, and they're all valuable pieces of information, if he's telling me that up front, I wonder if I become his client, what do I get then? And all you have to do is then just deliver what you're talking about. Gary Vee once said this: I give my advice freely. The reason why is because most people don't follow through on it anyways. So you can give your secrets away, but most people won't follow through. But some people will see your value, they'll sign up with you so that you can help them with what you're sharing. Number 5, isolate their problems. Nothing's worse than feeling like you're completely alone in something. And when you isolate someone's problem, they're convinced that no one else is experiencing what they're experiencing. Here's the truth. No one problem is actually unique. I mean, people are unique and stories are unique, but problems tend to remain consistent. And if you're creating content to draw people in, you probably already know what type of problems that people are having, right? Regardless of your business, you probably already know the common theme amongst your clients and what they struggle with, correct? See, the thing is that you want to let them know that you're not just there to help, but other people you work with experience the same thing too. So, when you make the problem not about them, but you make the problem about how are we going to solve this together, they feel like they're a part of a team, and that encourages them to move forward with you. Now, my 6th and final one is freeze. If you want to suck at sales, just freeze. When they're asking to sign up, do nothing, because that is the way to success. Wrong. That is so wrong. I really hope someone doesn't clip that and just put that out there to make me look bad. When someone is presenting themselves in such a way that they're ready to sign up, go in to sign them up. If someone says, hey, it really sounds like what you guys got going on would really work well for me, you go, hey, that's awesome. I have onboarding dates on Tuesday and Wednesday. Which day works well for you? It's okay to proceed forward. When someone says, you're the person that I want to work with, it sounds a lot like, hey, I would love to work with you. I really like the way you do things, and I think that would work well for us. When people say things like that, what they're really saying is, how do I move forward? What are the next steps? And from there, you take them to the next steps. People need direction. Give them direction. Don't freeze. Go in for the sign up, give them direction, and then move on with your day. And now you know the 6 ways that can make you really suck at sales. So as long as you avoid those things, you're going to be good. Really listen to people, understand them, help them understand that you're there to help and that you want to problem solve with them, and really show them value throughout everything. Give them direction and go in for the sign up when they're ready to go. You don't have to draw out the conversation. Now, here's the thing. If you're really struggling in your sales calls and you have a lot of people showing up to your sales calls that don't truly understand what it is you do and what your value is, chances are you're not putting valuable content out there. If you would really love to have content that's valuable, draws people in, and makes your sales calls go like a breeze, we want to help you out. So make sure to click the link in the bio, and I'd love to talk.